Pan. I played her this week at our locals, which was it's always a really consistent locals that always has a good diversity. You know, a lot of good players who actually know what they're doing. So it's a good way to test new decks and new ideas. So I just wanted to go through this with you because I got second in our tournament with Pan. It's a really weird version of Pan. I was playing a lot of different cards only to see how they would work in a tournament setting, just so I could see which ones I like and which ones I don't. I actually liked pretty much the whole deck. There are cards that I would take out. I was really worried about removal because as our team was sharing all these cards, I didn't have that many to use for removal. So I kind of improvised and tried to play a little bit different cards. But let's just get into it, and I'll tell you what I would take out. All right. So Pan deck profile. Pan deck. Gotta play Pan. I would play more of her. She's just really good. She was very consistent, though. I only needed her like once or twice, and she was always there when I needed her, so I liked her a lot. This Pan also very solid, very good. Wouldn't take her out. I would maybe boost her up actually by one. She's just really good because she comes out for free when you have a Goku GT or a Trunks GT on the board, which is very important because when you play our next Pan, she goes to 15 double strike and it just puts pressure. This is literally what this deck does, is put pressure. You play a bunch of random cards that come out for free or come out for not a lot, and then you just apply pressure. This Pan was the MVP of this deck. I really think she's the best red card that came in the set. I mean, I like our ultimate. Our ultimate is very good. I'm not trying to disrespect that at all. But she's the most solid. Unlike the ultimate, you can only play one. You can only evolve it on top of on a specific card. It's very I don't want to say situational, but it's just this card comes up more than the ultimate, and that's my argument to why I think this card is the best red card in the set. When you play four of her, she comes up all the time. Whenever I play the spaceship to search out one of my GT cards, she's always the one that I hope I find. I like hard casting the Gokus, if possible. Sometimes they come up, I have to off the spaceship, but I like her because she's very well rounded. She does the double strike and the 5K addition to your leader and all red battle cards. She also has blocker and barrier, which is really insane and really weird, but the barrier comes up so much because people try to either take the Pan or they try to pop her, and I'm just like, nah, barrier, bro. She stays on the field. So it's just kind of a nuisance for them. That's it for the Pans. I'm going to go into our Gokus. I played these Gokus. The only reason why I played two of each is, again, I was testing out different cards to see which one I liked, and these pretty much do the same thing, although they're very different, for the fact that its first effect is the EX Evolve. It does one over... This one does it over a 5, this one does it over a 4. What they go over isn't very relevant. It's because we only play one Goku, and he's either a 3 or a 5, so they both go over him at the time when he's a 5. What this one does is that it's a double strike, and when you attack, it's once per turn, it stands itself back up and it gains 5k, which is kind of it's important because this is going to be a double swinging. It's pretty much just a dual attack double strike, which is going to be swinging for 30, which is insane. And I would not take out both of these because it did come up, but I never. It's weird. I never saw it. I saw this when I wanted this, but overall, I really think this one is better than this. So I would take out one of these to play another one, or maybe I would find room to play 3 and 2. But as ratios go for right now, I'm gonna try to just play one more of this. That's for the big guy, and obviously we only play one little Goku. This is the one that you want to see. That's why I don't play the mini one. That's why I don't play any other Gokus other than this guy. It's because of he's just very solid. He's a critical, which comes up a lot because of this pan. He'll be double strike critical, and he's just a tool to bring out your bigger Gokus. But he's also, his effect comes up as well for other than this card, because people are going to want to pop things or warp things, and it's really dependent on its level. And the early game destruction cards, excuse me, look for a 3 or less. And most of the time, I'm going to bring this out around, I want to say turn 2 or 3, and it does really get the effect around that time, because of how aggressive this deck is. For all these, every single card except for the big guys, obviously, but all these cards are searchable off of this card. This card, next to Pan, was the best card in the deck. I played this every time I saw it. This card is insane. This card just makes plays. It's a playmaker, as some people would say, and it is awesome. It is. I don't know how else to say it, but that card is just crazy good. I played 3 Kabas. I wanted to play another one. I couldn't find it by the time I realized that I was only playing 3, and I couldn't find my 4th one. I left my stuff at home, so I played 3. Kind of weird. When I realized I only had 3, I threw this guy in here for the 4th one. We'll come back to him, but I would play a 4th Kaba. It was just really wrong of me not to. He didn't, though, come up. I never missed him. I always saw him. And I always want to see one of him, because late game he's kind of useless. Mid game is when I want to see him. Mid game is when I want to awaken myself and put my opponent to 3 life. That is the perfect situation with Kaba. I will put him back at the end, because he's going to be at the end. Then I played 3 of the Bodyguard. I call him Bodyguard because our team does, actually, because he protects, he attack, he protect. Yeah. You pay 1, he does the block for 10k, and then he comes out and rests, obviously. His effect triggers, his playing on your opponent's turn triggers this to make you draw. He's going to be 20, so it's going to be a little bit harder for your opponent to get around. For our super combo, we obviously Handy Guru. Giru. I said Guru. Handy Giru. He is... There's no reason to play him over Vados, other than that he can come off the spaceship, which came up once at end of the... end of the game. Although I got the pan off of him. I could have gotten a pan instead of this one, so either way it would have worked out, but I liked drawing, so I added him to my hand. And late game, you don't really care about double strike, because a lot of times my opponent is always left at 1 somehow. I don't know why, but I'm always fighting to get that last energy, or last life. I tried putting in a little bit more consistency, even though this leader is already consistent enough. You don't need this at all. But I was testing out a lot of cards, and last minute I did not like what I had in it, so I put in something that was very solid. This is a very solid card. I would suggest it in every blue deck, but I would not suggest it in this deck. It just kind of never really came up. This is probably what I would cut for another Kaba, and then for this I would take out. Yeah, come on. I would take out another one to play a 4th Jocko. This can just probably be your 4th Bodyguard. Your fourth of him. So you don't need to play these boos. But they were good they did what they needed to do. I played Jocko because I don't want to play... in my other videos, I played like 5 Negates. I really, 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 really like this new red Negate that we got, especially for Pan, because she'll gain the 5. But Jocko just kind of lets you gain a lot of advantage on your opponent's turn because they'll drop as many cards as they want, and then you get to choose which one you're going to bounce to their hands, so their attack doesn't go through. People don't see this coming, ever, which is surprising. I almost won because of Jocko. If I had another one, I would have won, but unfortunately, that's what everybody says. If I had another card, I would have won. But Jocko, I would play a 4th of him because he does come in clutch. I only had one, unfortunately, when I was in top, and I couldn't get there. I don't have a lot of removal in this deck, like not much at all. And I really felt like this was an underplayed card. I really like his effect because he goes very well with the free cards that come out for free. I don't know if I said that enough. The cards that come out for free, he can just bounce to your hand and then you bounce one of your opponent's cards. But he only does the 3 or lower cards on your opponent's field, which is good, but not in this deck. Because early game, you're already setting up for your spaceship, for your pans, for your kabas, for your boos. Kibito Kai never really comes in. Oops, I knocked the camera a little bit. Kibito Kai never really comes in early game, which is when you need him, because I'm already doing so much, so I would cut him out as well. In other decks, I'm going to test him, though. I really do like him, so just because he's not good in this deck doesn't mean he's not good in other decks. I played another very, 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 very good card in this deck. Senzu Bean helped me a lot. Got me out of a lot of tough situations. I played 4 Whis. Negates are very important, especially when you don't have a lot of cards, except for like Jocko. That's going to get you out of hard situations. So I would definitely play Whis. He's just, this card, too good. Untapping, I'm just going to play in Negate for free. Too good. I only played... I keep knocking this camera, I'm sorry. I only played Mass Saiyan at 2 because... Well, I played him at 3 technically, but... this deck already has a good mecha matchup. I don't want to say that too lightly, but it really does. It's very easy to play against mecha. It's scary, don't get me wrong, but when you start like dishing out all these cards and then you give them all double strike in 5k, their blockers, unless they combo every time you attack them, they're gonna die. And it's not really that scary to you because all these little things that you're swinging with are expendable. Your real things that you don't want to swing with are the pans or the Gokus. The Gokus are what you're going to miss, but everything else is expendable. And so with this, you get rid of the little things that they can combo with. So you can go all in. You can not worry about the blockers. Obviously, the blockers are going to happen because this can't get rid of the blockers. But what I mean by that is that you're going to have so many 5k double strikes that those blockers won't matter. The only thing that this thing loses to, I don't really want to say loses to, but the only thing that this deck has hard time with the mecha matchup, is the fact that Nimbus, Flying Nimbus is a card, and it really hurts this deck because you play multiple battle cards in a turn to try to overwhelm your opponent. But this gets rid of the little things that can be comboed with or that can attack you. If you're playing the mirror match, this card is good. I lost I lost to Meta Rildo in top because he combo. I was at 3 life. I let 1 go through because I thought I could combo out whatever he was gonna combo with, and he swung for a double. He made a double striker, went up to I think 100k, and I could only go up to 90. That's why I said if I had a Jocko, I would have been able to get out of that, but. That's always the excuse everybody has. If I had this, if I had that. Then I played this, obviously. This was, I'm playing more of him. He's very good. He does what this guy can't do. He gets rid of the blockers. He self awakens you. He does it all because in the beginning you're gonna have 4. Every time I check myself, I was like, I have 4 instead of 5, and it's really annoying because this thing costs as much as this thing does for overwhelm because they all both cost 1. But no one ever saw this coming because I only played 1. Nobody saw it. This card is just really, really good. I would not play any less than 1. I would obviously play more, but I would not play less. This card is very good. But yeah, this was my deck profile of Pan. I got second with it, did very well, had a lot of fun. Everybody that I played with was very nice. They were very good players, and all around just was a great time. If you guys are interested, the shop I played at was Neverboard. I'll try to put their logo right there somewhere. And I just had a good time. It's in Spring Hill, Neverboard, the card shop. They're very friendly. Feels like family there, and they are very, very excited for Dragon Ball Super to be starting up in their shop. Our first tournament had about 13 people, I believe. I'm pretty sure. And from that day, we've been gaining more people to play with. So we're getting good turnouts there. Because they are playing decks that they love, that they like. It is very well diverse. So I would encourage you guys to try to check it out if you're in the area, even if you're in Florida and Tampa area. We do them every Wednesday around 7 o'clock. So if you go there, just be like, this is my first time, and we'll try to work something out with you, alright? It'll be cool. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Bye!